So, are you tired of hair growth advice that simply does not work? Well, today we are diving into the world of myths, hair myths to be exact, separating fact from fiction and hack. And at the end, I'm gonna reveal the real secrets to healthy hair, skin, and nails that has absolutely nothing to do with a magical hair product. So, let's get into it.
I am back! What it do, baby?
As a Black woman, we're gonna hop into hack number 1, braids. Braids are the thing that causes balding more than anything that Black women do. And today, I'm gonna prove it to you. It's one of the worst things that you can do to your little girl's hair. And I want you to know that this video is protected under fair use. I'm not making this video to bully or to talk bad about anybody. We are using this for educational purposes so you can look in the mirror and see how your actions result in a slower hair growth cycle.
And this is my client. She has really short hair in the back, like really short hair. Okay, so now I'm thinking like, okay, your mom's gonna, you're gonna stop crying. That's what her mama said. Her mama said, once I leave, she gonna stop crying. So I was showing her to come. She was giving me a half five. Now I'm showing her beads, like trying to eventually make her calm down because she's screaming to the top of her lungs. So now we walk to the bathroom. I go wash her, wipe her face off, and just try to get her calm down, get her a little fresh air. So put her back in the chair. She's still crying, but I made her lay down to make the process a little smoother for me. I told her to get on her iPad. She didn't want to do that. She was still crying, but she was still letting me braid her hair. But now I'm like, okay, let me call your mom to see like what she was doing. But she wasn't answering the phone. She eventually fell asleep. Now her mom did eventually call me back, but at the time of her calling me back, I was on TikTok live. But this is us on the phone. I'm showing her like she did go to sleep, but she was upstairs acting crazy. She didn't want me to brush her edges. She didn't want me to do nothing. But this is a finished look. You can tell that she had really short hair in the back the way I stitched it. Look at that.
Miss grip something, grip that again. My baby don't have no hair, only on this side, y'all. I promise I pinky. The other side is well grown now. But look at what we did. We turned nothing into something. The princess cover.
You done crying? You done? Hey everybody, if you have not done so yet, let's go ahead and follow my y'all. This is loyalty. This is her second appointment with me. The first appointment, baby, I only can do a couple ratings and then she had to come back later on. We ain't doing that today, okay? Because I am packed for the appointments today. So, y'all get into it before. Her hair is growing in though. Y'all see. Hold on, it's okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and blow out her hair. Y'all already know I normally brush my client's hair first. Then I use the small tooth end of the comb. So I can stretch out the hair, okay? Y'all see? Hold on. Talk about somebody else, okay? Stop playing with your girl. Y'all better put y'all babies on. Hey, man. Anyways, let me go ahead and part her here, Let me go ahead and part her here. And stop braiding. And I'll be right back. Yes, sir. Baby, I did not forget about you. Not today. But I told y'all. I'm trying to pay off my car and purchase me a new house. Cash, okay? So that means y'all will see me complete that project. Y'all better like from it. Anyway, we are finished with baby girls first. Braid. Nice and clean. I'm running a little bit behind. I'm running on, y'all finish with
all been waiting for. Amora about to get her princess cover up. Amora, hey big girl. I hope she don't cry. This not really directed to this comment in particular, but my baby never really had a whole lot of hair. This is her right before her first birthday. This is her on her first birthday. This is her a little bit after, and I never did anything to her hair besides a little bow at the top. And this is on Easter when I decided my baby finna get a hairdo. I put some little ponytails and did the little crochet method and got her together. And this is her immediately after. As you can see, her hair really started to grow in after that one hairstyle. That's when I knew putting a little style in her head, something with some longevity, will grow her hair. This is her on her second birthday. As you can see, her edges are a little filled in, but she never really had hair in that one particular side that y'all see on the video. And then boom, right after that, my baby hair is taken off. I know what I'm talking about. This literally on her second Christmas. Like I used to put bows and headbands. I never really put any certain style on my head, on her head. So for the people talking about wait till her hair grow out, or this is why she don't have no hair, y'all don't know what y'all are talking about, like at all, not even a little bit. And now my baby got a princess cover up. Wait for her hair to.
Nobody really wants to hear this, and this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, but when you really break down the science of it, and as a scientist, I play the process of elimination and I do comparisons. It doesn't have anything to do with race, so if you have some unhealed racial hurt, this isn't going to be the video for you. But if you really break it down and you look at the patterns of other races who don't have problems with their hair growth cycle, their little girls don't have tight braids and ponytails and greases and oils and butters and things of that nature in the hair. And that is for a very, very specific reason. Because did you know that the human hair growth cycle is only like anywhere between 2 to 7 years, 10 years for like Asian descent? Science has found that their hair growth cycle is a lot longer. But do you understand that if you get braids on your daughter that say is 6 months old or 2 months old, or if you get braids on your daughter that's 1 year old, she hasn't even been through her first hair growth cycle yet, and you're putting tension and pulling and tugging on the hair? I refused to do little girls' hair when I was behind the chair because for whatever reason, Black women don't take the way that their daughters are moving as a signal that they shouldn't do it. They just look at it as, oh, she's a kid, she just doesn't want anybody in her hair. But her soul was with our creator way, like she just left the creator. You just got here. You don't remember what you're supposed to do. But her soul knows that you're not supposed to be pulling and yanking and tugging on her hair like that. But you're too prideful. You won't let that go. And because people in the past did it, you're going to keep doing it too. But I digress. We're going to keep unpacking this. I hope you guys are too in your feelings, but it's true. And it's something that everybody needs to look at face value.
There has to be a way that you guys are brought up on charges for this princess cover-up hairstyle on these infants. There has to be a way. You guys must be arrested. Everyone involved. I'm talking from the parent to the person doing the hairstyle. Everyone needs to come up on charges immediately. I just don't understand what's the reason. Back in my day, a bald baby meant that baby was gonna give her a couple of years, let her cook. Okay, she was gonna have hair down to her booty. A bald baby meant that baby was gonna have some. Just let her cook. You gotta let it cook. The problem is, y'all want a baby with a head full of hair fresh out the womb, and that don't happen for everybody. Y'all not patient. And now y'all gonna have these babies with hairlines that don't start till back here because y'all done sat up here and stitch braided fake hair on. These kids don't deserve y'all as parents.
Keep giving y'all daughters them princess cover-ups if y'all want to. When she's 16 and her hair won't grow past here, you gonna be the one buying the miracle drops.
And now, again, I wanted us to look at those so we can get some context for what I'm about to say next, right? If we break down the human hair growth cycle, again, the first couple of years of your daughter's life, her body is just now getting in the rhythm of growing, right? So there's something called telogen effluvium. And telogen effluvium is when your hair follicle is stuck within the telogen phase of the hair growth cycle. The telogen phase of the hair growth cycle is the phase of the hair growth cycle where your hair is just resting and the follicle is not growing, it's not falling out, right? It's just not doing anything. And that happens anytime any type of stress is induced. I don't care how cute y'all say these little braids are, I don't care. You are not going to tell me that that is not an extreme amount of tension that you're putting on your daughter's hair. So yes, the hair is still growing. Why? Because that's how God made it, baby. You're not doing nothing special putting braids in your children's hair. And this is the thing. Braids, there is nothing that anybody can say within the comments that proves scientifically that braids grow hair. Braids do not grow hair. Braids help you retain length. They're a style that's supposed to be in momentarily. Braids do not grow hair. Your hair is gonna grow on its own. But the thing is, instead of looking at the different options that are more time consuming, like roller sets, flexi rod sets, perm rod sets, when I was behind the chair, I didn't do little girls' hair, but my regular clients that I've had for years on years, absolutely, I would do their daughter's hair, right? And we would do cute little flexi rod sets, little perm rod sets, and their hair would be thriving. This is a client of mine, a guru of mine, and her baby was experiencing some problems with the scalp. Her mom was honest, right? She's like, Sam, I've been doing a lot of the team natural stuff. I've been doing a lot of the things that you said not to do with my daughter's hair, and this is what happened. How do I fix it? We broke it down. She made Botox Blue a part of her routine. Cynple Apothecary, this is another guru from inside of the 7-day challenge, and these are her results from her just simply changing over her patterns and routines after a short period of time. And these are the things that I really want us to think about, because when we're constantly always worried about our hair and what products we can put on it and what styles we can do and how this doesn't look long over here, you guys are transferring that energy to your daughters. You're giving that same energy to your daughters. You're not gonna like what I have to say, but when you look at other races, their daughters be having little bald head patches too. Their daughters have little bald head skittle diddle moments too. They be skin bald for like 3-4 years, and then they hit 4-5, and then their hair just shoot down their back. And the only thing their mothers do is shampoo, condition, leave-in conditioner, blow dry their hair, and most of the time they don't have to really do anything else but the blow dryer because of the texture of their hair. So you stop there and say that, oh, I can't do nothing else because my hair is curly. No, you just have a different routine and a different pattern than everybody else. Instead of you doing flat irons, why don't you pull out some rollers? And the thing is laziness, because it's time consuming. Right? Braids are easy because all you have to do is braid your daughter's hair one day and then you don't have to touch it again. I get it. My daughter is about to be 14 years old. I've been there, done it, baby. But if you don't set a pattern and a routine for yourself, you're not going to set one for your daughter. Most black women, as soon as their daughter has a smidget, a centimeter of hair, they're taking them into braiders. Y'all not gonna like what I have to say, but I feel like that's a form of abuse. I'm sorry, it is. Are you freaking kidding me? And you may not like what I have to say, but stop trying to argue with people. Somebody could be reacting to this video. I don't care. Forget what they got to say. Think about it in your mind. Think about it in your mind's eye. The human hair growth cycle is about 7 to 10 years, right? So for some people it's 2 years, but that's like if your diet is wrong or if there's something going on with your body. We talked about that in other videos linked in the description box below, right? But when you are a child and you were just here on earth, you are 1 years old, 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, and your mother is putting these tight braids in your hair. She's doing these tight stitch braids in your hair, packing your scalp full of these greases and full of edge control to make the braids look better, to make the parts firmer and all of that. And you see the little girls in the video screaming and crying, but you just take that as, oh, that's just a little girl, she don't like getting her hair done. No, that is a soul that just got here that understands that their hair growth cycle is not even within the first year of its life, and you're giving them telogen effluvium. I want you to think about it. I put it on the screen, rewind it. The human hair growth cycle goes anagen, which is the growth phase, catagen, which is the phase where the blood supply detaches itself from the hair's follicle, right? So your baby is in the hair growth cycle from age, the human, blah, blah, blah. Your baby is in the anagen phase of the hair growth cycle anywhere from age 2 to 7. We talking about black women right now. So from ages 2 to 7, they're in the anagen phase. And then after that, their blood supply detaches from their follicle, and then they go into the catagen phase. I put on the screen how long each one of these phases were. And then after your baby's scalp, after the blood supply detaches itself from the scalp, normally in a normal cycle, right? This isn't even until your baby's about 7. Once your baby's about 7 years old, then they've completed their first hair growth cycle. When I was behind the chair, I didn't do anybody's hair unless they were about 10. Because I needed them to be out of that anagen phase for at least 2 years before I started in their head. That's a fact. That's why I didn't do little girls' hair. But the way that black women argue with you, can you imagine me trying to break all of everything that I just said to you down client to client when I'm telling them, no, I don't do little girls' hair? I know some of you are going to be like, I would have wanted to hear it. No, it's not a thing. Black women argue about whether or not they should shampoo their hair or not. That was not going to be a thing. So that's why I just didn't do little girls' hair in general. It's not because I don't like children. I have two, right? But after your baby is out of that anagen phase, after your baby's blood supply detaches from the hair's follicle, then it's in the telogen phase. But every woman that you saw, every little girl that you saw, their mother took them from anagen to telogen in within the first year of their life. Within the first 2 years of their life, that one baby was sitting there. That one baby didn't look older than 6 months. Within the first 6 months of your life, you taking your baby from anagen to telogen, all because you're black. So is the color of our skin an excuse for ignorance? Is it an excuse for us not to really sit down, take the time and do the research? Again, I have a soon to be 14-year-old daughter that's 13 years old right now, and an 11-year-old son that is about to be 12. So I'm very well aware. Very well aware of what it takes. But these are things that I really want y'all to think about. Look at the things that you can start doing internally. Nettle is one of my favorite things within the apothecary whenever we sell out of the dried herbal blend, right? Because I have a blend of the leaf and the root. I also have an extract that is the same. So check the link in the description box below to head over to the apothecary if you want to get your hands on it. But it's great. It is great, and I actually love it for so many different things, even like your postpartum shedding, or even for your baby whose hair growth cycle you've set off. Now, I do want you, whenever you're introducing anything to your baby or to yourself for that matter, if you have a doctor, it's good that you go and you check with your doctor if you're on any medications to see if whether or not it's going to interfere with your medications. This is not to diagnose any illness or anything like that, girl, so don't be giving me none of that stuff, okay? I am not a doctor, but a research scientist and a couple of other things. Herbalist, I say all of the things y'all already know. Check my resume. But I just want you to know that there are things that you can do internally But to constantly be putting all of these tight braids and things of that nature on our daughter's hair, all in the light of it being a protective style, you're not protecting your child from anything. There is almost nothing more abusive that you can do to your daughter's hair than putting braids in it when she's a little girl. Let her hair be. And the thing is, again, y'all not gonna like what I have to say, but you're letting your own insecurities get on your baby. Girl, anybody who looking at a little girl with a bald spot and has something to say is a hood rat, and why are you paying attention to anything that they got to say? Who cares? Most bald-headed babies have hair to their absolute ass. It's normal. Your babies have cradle cap, which is wingworm for babies. There's so many different things that your baby's going through. Your baby's a human being for the first time ever. And you're going to decide to put tight braids on the baby? Tight braids on the follicle is too much for you. As a black woman, your edges are falling out because you keep putting braids in, and you're going to do it to a baby who just got here? It's ridiculous and it's ignorant, and we have to think more. And it has to get to a point where we can have conversations like this. People like me can say this without everybody getting their panties in their butt, because it is dumb. After hearing this conversation, right? After listening, before you knew it wasn't dumb because you didn't know. Now, if you do it and you know, it's dumb. And it's low-key abuse. Because you understand that your daughter, within the first 7 years of her life, is her first hair growth cycle. And you shouldn't be putting tension on her hair. You shouldn't be putting tight braids in her hair, or putting braids in it, period, just because it's going to make it easier for you because it's time consuming. Girl, I know. Imagine how I felt. I had to do my hair. Thank God my husband was there to cut my son's hair. But after I did all of those people hair at work and my hair, baby, my daughter's hair still comes first. And I don't have an excuse just because I'm busy, just because I have stuff to do. No. We have to take accountability for the cycles that we start. We always talk about breaking generational curses. Breaking generational curses are breaking generational patterns. There's one group of women, one group of women on the planet who struggle with length retention. One who struggles to grow hair. One group of women that the world thinks is just meant to be bald head. Like God made you to be a skittle diddle with no hair in the middle, humped up with no hair in the front, and the scallywag with no hair in the back, jailed up weave because you black girl and you know you need it. It's not supposed to be that way. And if you change your habits and your patterns and your routines, things will be different. And the only way that we're going to break generational curses is if we stop these generational habits that are no longer serving us. Stop it. And the girl who's doing the stitch braids, girl, I don't know you, I don't know your mom and them, and I don't really care. People keep sending me the stuff. I don't care nothing about that. I'm not here for that. Every braider that's doing hair, I think braiders are dope, right? The ones that actually care enough to learn the science of your body so they do it the right way. There are braiders that don't use edge control, but y'all stop going to them because they didn't fit the aesthetic. But there are braiders who don't use greases. There are braiders who don't use edge controls and butters. And you know who those are? Those are the braiders that when you ask them if they do you do edges? You do edges? You do those curtain bangs? You do those? Those are the cosmetologists, the braiders that are gonna say, no, I don't do that. And y'all don't like them. Yeah. So again, we have to get to the point where we could take accountability for things. What's been on the screen is my Scalp Pimento. It is amazing. It is one of my favorite DHT blockers. And Scalp Pimento, along with the Botox Blue, those two, and you saw what the Botox Blue can do. Ooh, that rhymes. Those are the ones that will help you to reset your hair growth cycle if you've pushed it into telogen effluvium. And the Botox Blue is This is the one that I recommend for you if you are somebody who has damaged your baby's hair growth cycle or damaged your own from just wearing too many tight braids and things of that nature. You can check the video link in the description box below where I talk more about botac root and blue butterfly pea flower so you can understand what they do in conjunction together to aid in that within the body. But moreover, it's extremely important that we understand that the habits and the patterns that we start are the things that create these things that we're labeling as generational curses. The generational curse is your unwillingness to learn the things that you don't know. That's the curse. The curse is the block on your mind that makes you believe that you believe things that, or you know and believe things that you've never taken the time to study. So, break the curse by learning, thinking for yourself, stop falling for rage bait, and stop looking for shortcuts on your babies. Okay? I love you guys so much. Let me know what you think about this conversation in the comments below. Let's chit chat, and we're going to do hack 2 coming up really soon. Let me know in the comments what you think hack 2 is, or what should it be. Bye.